Listen, Monk Mode Gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro, at the end of the day, you got to understand all it takes is a 3 to 5 minute video. You don't have to make 20-minute videos to let people understand. At the end of the day, if you got that cook up, come to YouTube. If you got that cook up, go to Twitch. If you like to play video games, start streaming on Twitch. Run the Twitch numbers all the way up. You gotta give all your channels 7 to 10 years. Listen, you don't need the elites to push you. You don't need anybody to push you. You don't need more friends like Mr. Organic. You don't need to go. Excuse me, I'll be eating good. You don't need to go hang around other people who do not like you, who's going to play your face. At the end of the day, all you need is patience. You have to be the final boss of patience. Listen, when we go out in public, it's like Batman. Listen, when I come to YouTube, I'm Batman. When I'm out in public, I'm Bruce Wayne. I do not let people know that I am a YouTuber. I do not listen, when I start twitching and I get 100,000, 100K on Twitch, I'm not letting people know that I do Twitch. If you know that's cool. But listen, never tell people your business. At the end of the day, I was talking to a woman who looked just like Jim Jules today. At the end of the day, listen, she seen me in the penthouse on my Snapchat. She hit me up. She said, "Ooh, what's your story? I want to know all about your story." Absolutely not. We're not telling people about the story. The story is on YouTube. The story is documented. At the end of the day, we said enough. At the end of the day, you said enough. I know you got something to talk about. Come to YouTube and don't be a victim. You got to show the world strength. All you need to do in life is stand out. This is what people cannot do. Everybody on YouTube is going on each other's podcasts. What is that doing? They're using people. I repeat, they're using people. They're trying to be influencers. You don't need to be an influencer. What you need to do is have that cook up and come and drop content. I am not an influencer. I am not trying to influence anything. At the end of the day, listen, I'm a motivational speaker. I'm going to get you from the ground all the way to the top in the helicopters on them jets. Listen, at the end of the day, everybody else on YouTube is a distraction. I repeat, everybody else on YouTube is a distraction. Mr. Organic is a distraction. Fresh and Fit are distractions. They're telling you how to get girls, bro. They're in Miami. You are not in Miami. You cannot use those same moves. You cannot pull up in a Porsche GTRS in the trenches of Chicago. They're gonna put 70 shots through the Porsche GTRS if you smashing dudes, girls in Chicago because you got a Porsche GTRS. At the end of the day, you got to understand. Listen, you do not have to compare yourself. It is not wise to compare yourself to others. The Bible says this as it is. It is not wise to compare yourself. You don't know what they did behind the scenes to get pushed. At the end of the day, instead of Mr. Organic staying and dropping his own content of supercars like he did when he first came to YouTube, his numbers are going low. So once the numbers and the views go down, they start wanting to do collabs. They start wanting to do a YouTube university because they don't have the cook up themselves. They need others. Listen, you should never be needy. Listen, if you are a child of God, you need for nothing. You should want for nothing. At the end of the day, God's delays are not God's denials. I repeat, God's delays are not denials. At the end of the day, just because you don't have the Lambo SVJ right now, doesn't mean in 10, 15 years you won't have the SVJ if you stay consistent. At the end of the day, you don't need to go shake hands. You don't need to sit at a round table. You don't need to go spend 100K with Bandman Kevil for him not to help you at all and learn credit card fraud. Then get all your cars. You're going to get all your cars taken away by the FBI. At the end of the day, you don't need to go around them and get your vehicles and your houses and your mansions recouped after 10 years after they find out you ran a credit scheme. Listen. All you need to do is stay focused. Put in the work. Listen, you should not be coming to YouTube looking like a bag of bull s. At the end of the day, you got to understand. All of these rich people, listen, don't follow what they're doing. I repeat, do not follow what they're doing. You can run up the resources yourself, having your own cook-up, talking about unpopular topics. At the end of the day, everybody is making the same content. How would they stand out? All you need to do is stand out. All these dudes either making prank videos or are talking to this victim mentality. Oh, how'd you get rich? You did this. Okay, I'm gonna take some notes. Man, listen, stop following their ways. You got to understand individuality. Listen, people talking about the melanated community, just because you're melanated, that has nothing to do with you. What other people go through is not what you're going to go through. I repeat, what other people go through is not what you're going to go through. You're going to go through your own life. You have your own life. You live a different life than everybody in the world. Some can relate. Some might relate. At the end of the day, you got to understand. You got to have your own cook-up. Stop trying to copy the trend. If you're cool, you got to understand you got your own cook-up. Listen, these dudes are not cool. Men are not cool. At the end of the day, you cannot see these dudes as cool. Mr. Organic is not cool. He feels that he needs the white man to get up so he can get more big booties around him. At the end of the day, these guys have lust problems. He already got the supercars, but he want to hang around somebody else that is not his same skin color because he does not have the cook-up. All they can sell you is SCX. I repeat, all they could sell you is SCX, so they don't have the cook-up and people notice. Listen, stay focused on the grind. Stay down till you come up. Don't tell people what you do. Listen, behind closed doors, you're Batman. But when you come out in public, you're Bruce Wayne. I repeat, behind closed doors, you're Batman. But in public, you're Bruce Wayne. At the end of the day, when you drop content, you're Batman. When you're not dropping content, you Bruce Wayne. At the end of the day, you got to understand you don't need the click up. You don't need friends. You don't need nobody. All you need is the ecosystem. People don't realize how easy it is. But guess what? People don't have the patience to stay down till they come up. If you got the patience to stay down till you come up, if you got the patience to start off with the C8s, then get to the G-Wagons. No, C8s, the TRX, then the Mopars, then the G-Wagons, then the McLaren GTs, then the Lambo Uruses, then the SVJs, then you get the Ferraris. At the end of the day, you got to stay down till you come up. At the end of the day, it's levels to this. It's steps to this. All you got to do is start with the first step. Just like when you learn how to walk, you started with the first step. You're going to fall. Then as long as you learn to get back up and you never give up, you're going to learn how to walk. Then after you learn how to walk, you know how to run. I repeat, first you start off crawling with social media. First you're going to start off crawling. Then you're going to learn how to walk a little bit. Then you might fall. But if you get back up, keep trying to walk. Guess what? You're going to learn how to walk. Then after that, you're going to learn how to run. At the end of the day, then you're going to learn how to do lunges, squats, everything. At the end of the day, you got to understand. Monk Mode Gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro.